We are carefully tracking Isaias, which was a hurricane on Friday morning with sustained 80-mile-per-hour winds. Pretty organized right now on satellite. Take a look and you can see a lot of bubbling cloud tops towards the middle of the storm as thunderstorms really start to build towards that center. And you see very healthy outflow as well. So the inflow right here, southeastern side, you have a lot of air flowing into the storm. And then look in the northern, northwestern side, those upper-level cirrus clouds, the exhaust of the storm pushing away. And that's a sign. You have those two factors that they're working together to really get this thing to be an engine and pump air up and out. So it is intensifying. We can see that on infrared satellite right now. A couple of strong thunderstorms east of eastern Cuba right here. Take a look at those really cool cloud tops, showing you just how tall they are, how high in the atmosphere those clouds are going, and a sign this thing is really trying to intensify. Now, one interesting element, originally on Thursday, we thought it was going to fall apart a little bit as it made a run towards Hispaniola and the circulation moved over the higher mountains of the Dominican Republic. But that didn't happen. Instead, while the low-level center was kind of ragged, disheveled, disorganized, the mid-level center, which you can see right here on microwave satellite imagery, just barely skirted up the Mona Passage between eastern Dominican Republic and western Puerto Rico, and that allowed enough of it to remain intact that it redeveloped north of the Dominican Republic and became a hurricane into early Friday morning. So it is surviving, it is thriving. It will likely peter along for a few days, but beginning late this weekend, early next week, it will become a threat to the eastern and southeastern United States. Now, as to where it's going, it does look like this will be a coastal runner. Models pretty consistent in taking it up the east coast, the southeast coast. A landfall in Florida can't be ruled out, but I'm more confident in it staying just offshore of the Sunshine State and instead making a run towards maybe like Wilmington area, somewhere in the Carolinas. A farther inland track would be a little bit weaker, a little bit out to sea, like this blue one right here, towards the Outer Banks would be a little bit stronger, perhaps a Category 1 hurricane. So we do have to watch that very closely. The model is very consistent in saying, hey, conditions look good to get this a tropical storm up the coast. All these in the, I won't say the red zone, but the area we have to watch. Again, nothing set in stone at this point, but we do have to keep an eye on it. And the National Hurricane Center forecasting hurricane as it moves up the coast and eventually a potential hurricane landfall as we head towards late Monday night to early Tuesday, nearing the Outer Banks of the Carolinas. Regardless of how windy it is, we're going to see a lot of rainfall out of this. With that trough coming in from the west, there's going to be a cold front, and that will help to focus moisture enough. We could see significant rainfall on the order of 3 to 5 inches, perhaps more, pretty much up and down the east coast. Now, this just shows you how much there could be. Keep in mind, this track could shift a little farther west, a little farther east, depending on where the cold front sets up and how close Isaias gets. So a lot of moving parts right now. But the biggest thing to remember, we are watching Isaias. It does look to be a hurricane threat for the eastern United States. Wind, rain, and possibly some surge, all something we have to watch as we head towards next week. Of course, with Capital Weather Gang, we'll be watching this on capitalweathergang.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And of course, keep it tuned here with the Washington Post. Bye, gang.